WNBA fans are bracing for impact because it looks like Caitlin Clark might have gotten injured again. And she has missed nearly half the games this season with a quad injury and then with a groin injury. Here's the play where it happened. She's dribbling down, she pushes off, she makes this pass to Kelsey Mitchell on the back door. And then you can see when she's running back to the other end of the court, she's grabbing her right groin. You could see it on her face right after that play, like something went wrong.
Stephanie White, congratulations. Amber Cox, way to go. Kelly.
This is potentially a disaster for the city of Indianapolis, the Indiana Fever.
The Indiana Fever wrapped up their road trip with an 85-77 win over the Connecticut Sun at TD Garden, but the celebration was short-lived. With just 40 seconds remaining, Caitlin Clark appeared to aggravate a lingering groin injury after enduring relentless physical play that officials failed to call all night. The incident cast a shadow over both the Fever's momentum and the WNBA's investment in its biggest star.
Crosscoff, you did it, girl. You really did it. Way to rush Caitlin Clark back from injury time after time after time after time. To the point where she's tearing and crying on the court because she felt something in her groin. You three ladies couldn't manage a kid's lemonade stand.
This wasn't just another minor setback, it was the predictable outcome of a league that has consistently failed to protect its most valuable player, Caitlin Clark, who had already missed 9 games this season due to various injuries, was forced to clutch her right groin and limp off the court in visible pain after delivering what should have been a routine assist to Kelsey Mitchell. The image of the WNBA's brightest star sitting on the bench, head covered with a towel, tears rolling down her face, should be a sobering wake-up call for everyone connected to this league.
They're hosting the All-Star game. We just found out Caitlin Clark was going to be in the three-point contest, and this is her right here. You can see her. Let me turn this down. She's grabbing that groin, folks. She's grabbing the groin area. She's going to walk over. She knows she's injured, and it looked bad, folks. She was on the bench, had her head wrapped in a towel. She's crying. She's in.
The breaking point came when Fever head coach Stephanie White was forced to call a timeout not to draw up a play, but to stop the madness. Connecticut defenders were relentlessly targeting Caitlin Clark with blatant physicality, and the officials refused to intervene. What should have been a basketball game had descended into chaos, with Clark taking hit after hit as the refs looked the other way. White's timeout wasn't strategy, it was a cry for help. A demand for someone to finally take control now.
And whether it was pain or frustration or a combination of both, you could see it weighing on her. Now, she had snapped at a referee earlier. She had held her head down in the midst of her shooting slump. So maybe some of this is just all of that coming to a head, especially knowing that All-Star Weekend is coming up from Indianapolis.
They think it was pretty clear the tension had been building, White said, reflecting on similar incidents from earlier games. When officials fail to control the game and allow that kind of physical play, especially when it's been happening all season, it sends a message. These are elite, competitive women. If you let them play rough, they're going to rise to the challenge, defend their teammates, and push back just as hard.
So on the road this season, Caitlin Clark is a combined 1 for 32 from three-point range. Very unusual. She's hot. Beyond January, having to hold her back. We'll take a timeout.
I mean, yo, she went from 0 to 100 real quick. She was upset, dog. I don't know what that ref said. I don't know what happened. But yeah, she was basically just saying that has nothing to do with it. So I don't know what they were discussing, but yeah, she was basically pissed about the entire situation, man.
But this time, White's timeout wasn't enough. The damage was already done. The refs had spent the entire game allowing Connecticut players to hand check, hold, and physically molest Clark without consequence. Every screen was a potential injury. Every drive to the basket was met with contact that would have been called flagrant fouls in any other era of basketball. Is the refs, dog. Like, the refs are terrible. Y'all play a part in these injuries. Y'all play a part in all of these injuries. Y'all don't call nothing. Y'all don't call nothing, bro. Like, what are we talking about? All of y'all should be fired. Don't do your jobs at all. You guys are trash. Trash, man. You got people getting hurt left and right. Look at this trash. We got people getting elbowed in the face. Body check. Look at this coming. She just gets body checked out of bounds. No calls, none. If you're enjoying, please subscribe. What we witnessed against Connecticut wasn't basketball. It was a systematic campaign to break down the most talented player the WNBA has ever seen. Clark entered the game shooting just 28.9% from three-point range this season, a staggering decline from her typical excellence. Her field goal percentage has dropped to 37%, ranking her 31st among the 35 players taking at least 10 shots per game, somebody who's never gotten injured ever in their career. Here comes all these. Oh, we got a new coaching staff. We got a new training staff. We got this person and that person, an expert here and an expert there, saying this, saying that. Next thing you know, these people have managed to turn Caitlin Clark into a player who now gets injured, and in what the hell did you guys do with Caitlin Clark? This isn't coincidence. This is the direct result of a player who can't find her rhythm because she's spending more time recovering from injuries than actually playing basketball. Clark has been available for only 59% of the Fever's games this season, missing 9 regular season contests due to a left quad strain, a left groin injury, and now this latest right groin setback. The numbers tell the story of a player under siege. In her last 4 games since returning from injury, Clark has shot 33% or lower from the field. She's not hitting the threes that made her a household name because she's playing through pain, playing with limited mobility, and playing against defenders who know the referees won't protect her, that are turning into another injury, and it's an overcompensation injury, and she's trying to play through it because she's got the weight of the WNBA on her shoulders. All of this stuff, I think all of these things are factors. I think all of this is a factor for what's happening. I think all of this is a factor of why she's playing. I think she's trying to carry this league on her shoulders, and the refs are letting them beat the crap out of her. That doesn't help things. It doesn't help things when the referees are absolutely letting teams beat the crap out of her. There's no ifs or buts about it. Other teams are allowing or other teams are beating the crap out of her, and the referees are allowing it. ESPN's broadcast team finally said what everyone has been thinking for months. During a recent game, commentators Rebecca Lobo and Ryan Ruocco were forced to count the fouls that referees were ignoring in real time. There's a grab, there's a hold, there's another grab. I mean, all of those are fouls. Every single one of them, Lobo stated while watching Clark get mauled on a single possession. The hypocrisy is staggering. Clark gets called for technical fouls when she shows the slightest emotion after being fouled, but opponents could literally punch her in the face and walk away without consequence. Marina Maberry once shoved Clark to the ground during a game, and the referees called it a common technical foul rather than an ejection. Meanwhile, Clark's brother Collins summed up the frustration perfectly after the latest injury. Make no mistake, this is on the reefing. The family has watched their daughter and sister get targeted game after game, while officials turn a blind eye to the kind of physical abuse that would end careers in any other sport. Caitlin Clark's brother Colin just said this. Make no mistake, this is on the referee. This is Colin Clark, Caitlin Clark brother. This is Caitlin Clark brother right here, Colin Clark. The league's failure to protect Clark isn't just morally wrong, it's financially catastrophic. When Clark misses games, WNBA viewership drops by 55%, with average audiences falling from 1.81 million to just 847,000 viewers. Her return game against the Liberty earlier this season drew 2.2 million viewers, making it the third most watched WNBA game ever on A. But now with Clark potentially missing the All-Star game in Indianapolis, the event she was supposed to headline. As team captain, the league faces a public relations nightmare. The 2025 All-Star Game was specifically designed around Clark's star power, with the three-point contest and skills challenge scheduled for July 18-19 at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. If Clark can't participate, the WNBA will lose millions in revenue and credibility. Tickets for All-Star Weekend sold out within 7 hours, specifically because fans wanted to see Clark perform in her home city. Without her, the event becomes just another exhibition game that nobody outside of hardcore fans will watch. Now, our biggest concern is obviously her health. And am I got to tell you, I can't see her playing tomorrow. I cannot imagine her playing in doing the three-point contest or being in the All-Star Game now. Alright, which is brutal. I was so fired up to see it. But she needs to set, folks. She needs to set. This is the power of Caitlin Clark right here. This is the crowd prior to the game. These are all Fever fans going.